to Antarctica is truly like coming to another planet, and barely anybody gets to where we are right now. But looking around and seeing how pristine it looks and how untouched the wildlife is, you realise there are some places left on Earth that should stay just the way they are.
My name's Lynn Sutherland. I'm an adventurer and environmentalist. I partnered with EarthCheck in my quest to uncover the world's best practice in sustainable tourism. My journey took me to exotic locations where people are coming together in a bid to preserve the planet. We need to know the impact tourism has on these incredible destinations and the role each of us must play as responsible travellers.
Well, we've finally made it to Hobart, and it looks like an absolutely stunning day. Now, this is the port that we're going to leave on for our voyage to Antarctica. It looks glassy calm in here, but I'm still a little bit nervous because one of the things when you go down on a voyage this far in these open seas, it can be very, very rough. So although I'm excited, there's also that nervous anticipation of what are we going to see, where are we going to go, and will I get seasick? This is the boat we're going on. This is the Orion. Yay, Antarctica! Here we come. My parka, so I won't get cold. Now, it's day one at sea, so we've got a little bit of an ocean crossing and we're getting our sea legs on. But this is the Orion. Look at her, she's absolutely beautiful. She's not as big as the big ocean liners, but she is, you know, comfort and beautiful, and hey.
Our journey would take us across one of the wildest stretches of ocean, past the subantarctic islands, to the most southern and isolated continent in the world, Antarctica. I wonder if the early explorers ever imagined that Antarctica would one day top the wish list of so many travellers. But I do think the early explorers may turn in their grave if they saw how we were travelling, 5-star all the way. I'm here to better understand the role that tourism operators and visitors play in protecting this fragile environment. I've chosen the Orion in part because their operations have been verified as environmentally sensitive by international certifying body EarthCheck. EarthCheck certification isn't just another green badge. It requires independent third-party audits and world-leading standards of practice. Teaching us about our destination is expedition leader and adventurer Don McIntyre.
World. Since 1959, Antarctica has been governed internationally by the provisions of the Antarctic Treaty and its subsequent agreements. Under this treaty, Antarctica is a natural reserve dedicated to peace and science. Some of you may get hooked up one day in the whole controversy of is tourism good, bad or indifferent. Our attitude is that we're very pro-tourism, obviously, because you will ultimately all become ambassadors to the Antarctic.
So tell me about this Southern Ocean that we're going to from Hobart down to Antarctica. How far is it?
Well, it depends exactly where you go, but we're into the Ross Sea, so we'll cover a couple of thousand miles to get down here, nautical miles. And there's always things happening, though. People forget that this is one of the last great wildernesses of the world. You know, you come down here, you see this incredible bird life, there's whales, there's all sorts of things happening, and it usually hits you when you get home. You know, you think of wilderness as forests and mountains. It's the same down here. It's just one of the roughest oceans in the world. You know, there's no land at all. You can literally go all the way around the world in the Southern Ocean and just stay there. And if you get 5 or 6 days of continuous weather, the seas can get organised and line up, and you can get 20-metre seas down here. You know, and that can be quite demanding and quite challenging.
After 4 days at sea, the sighting of land sent jubilation around the deck. We finally laid eyes on our first port of call, Maquarie Island, but had still only reached the sub-Antarctic.
We've got penguins coming to the boat to meet us. We've only just rocked up here. There's the biggest penguin colony I've ever seen in my entire life. And they're coming up to say hello. You do not get better than this. Look at them, they're all popping up. They're so cute. They're going like this, doing little porpoising. I've got to get closer.
Once again, we were reminded just how important the environment is, and we are under special permits so we can lay foot on its soil.
It may look like we're cleaning house here, but this is actually a very important process. People have come from all around the world, and any little bit of dirt or sand or grit could carry something that Maquarie Island doesn't want. This is to make sure no more pests get on board.
Oh, obviously the side again. Yeah.
They're loading up some stores for the researchers on Maquarie Island, because there are people that live on this island most of the year. I think there's about 40 in the summer and it gets down to just under 20 in the winter. So they're taking in supplies that are probably very much wanted down there. But as you can see, this is a total expedition and we don't exactly know what's going to unfold. It's really exploratory, and every day you live by the weather and you have to wait to see what the weather does to see if you can get into where you want to go. I nearly forgot to turn my tag. This is the most important thing you can do to make them know that you are on shore so they don't forget me. You ready? Thank you. They're all around our boat. Look. Ah. Oh, this water is freezing. Ah! God, look at this. Oh, how cool.
After days at sea, I couldn't wait to feel terra firma. And what better place than in penguin heaven?
How special is this? I don't know if you can hear everything I can hear, but these penguins are just calling and chatting to each other, and it's just the most incredible experience. I'm on Maquarie Island, and these guys are called king penguins. And Maquarie Island is one of those very special places where wildlife comes first. But this island, although now has so many penguins and so many elephant seals and some sea lions, at one stage, these guys were boiled up in pots. How could anyone possibly want to hurt these little guys? Drew, what are you doing here? It's windy. I hear it rains over 300 days a year and it's freezing. Why are you here?
Well, fortunately they give us good clothing, first and foremost, but for me this is the mecca for wildlife, especially in the Southern Ocean. We've got 4 species of penguins, we've got albatross, we've got burrowing petrels, we've got seals just everywhere on the beaches, and yeah, it's a pretty fantastic place to live and work.
Well, I guess with a view like penguins galore like this, it is pretty good.
Yeah, it's pretty magic, you know. We share the island with some pretty amazing locals, and they're just as curious about us as we are about them. So it's a pretty fantastic place to live.
So how many penguins have we got here?
Well, with these kings here, we've got about 350,000 on the island. They've really increased, especially in the last few decades. We're seeing new colonies emerge. They were exploited to really, really low numbers on the island, almost to near extinction. Yeah.
I love this. They just sort of gather around, don't they, and come and say hello. Is this what they do all the time?
Yeah, they're very curious, and at the moment they're just going to their breeding stage, so they're very sort of amorous looking.
Are they checking us out?
Oh, I hope so.
Are you a likely suspect for breeding?
I don't think I'm colourful enough for these guys. Yeah.
Which are your favourite penguins?
I think I like the Gentoo penguins the most. They kind of finish work by about 11 o'clock in the morning and just hang out on the beach for the rest of the day. They're here all year round, and probably the cruisiest penguin. These guys are beautiful, but I don't think there's too much going on upstairs with these guys.
So the Gentoos are a bit like wildlife rangers?
Pretty much, yeah. Ugly but interesting, I think, yeah. So.
Look, we've got a bit of a crowd gathering behind us. Now, what about the ones over there? They're molting, are they?
Yeah, so before they breed, they go through a molting period, and so they'll replace all their feathers, and they do this every year. And so while they're replacing their feathers, they're not waterproof, so they have to spend their time on land and just sort of live on the reserves that they've been fishing for all year. After they go through that really rough and tumble stage, they'll end up with some beautiful, nice plumage and hopefully be quite attracted to the other penguins around here.
Now, I am listening to you. Yeah. It's just that it's pretty noisy around here, and you got to kind of speak up here because they really are yelling out a lot. Now, what are they doing when they're doing all their, what do you call it?
So there's a few names for it. A lot of it they're doing is the trumpet display, where they'll put their beak in the air and give out a nice big trumpet. Because they all look the same, there's a lot of voice recognition in penguins. So not only do they use it to find their chick amongst the whole crowd of chicks, but also to find their partner as well.
Well, I reckon I could get stuck on Maquarie Island pretty easily. If our boat goes, I won't. I'll cry for a little while, but not too long.
I think you may well be stuck here for a while, yeah.
So, Jamie, these are the royal penguins?
Yes, this is a colony of royals. There's about 10,000 chicks here, roughly. I haven't counted them, but I reckon that's about what's there. That was what was there last year.
So, are they only found here?
Yeah, royal penguins are only found on Maquarie Island. All up, there's probably a few million of them here. The biggest colony is down at the southern end and has somewhere around about 1 million chicks, maybe even slightly more. We really don't know. Helen's been counting them this year.
Although today Maquarie Island is bustling with penguins, at one stage, man boiled them inside giant boiling pots, known as digesters, in order to extract the oil from their bodies. Hundreds and thousands of penguins were slaughtered, almost leading to the extinction of the royal penguins. Man's greed for resources often comes at a very high cost to the environment, and none of the penguins at that time were safe.
Biggest digesters would take up to 2,000 penguins at a time. Each year, about 200,000 penguins would end up going through the digesters, which seems rather horrific now.
Oh my God, that's sick.
But the positive side to this story is designated a wildlife sanctuary in 1933. Maquarie is now World Heritage listed. Everywhere I look, there are breeding pairs of royal, king, Gentoo and rockhopper penguins. The only thing they give way to is the elephant seals. And the elephant seals, in turn, give way to nothing.
Now, we've got to stay 5 metres, but they can get close to us, so I guess he's using us for protection right now. This is a big boy. Uh-oh, what do we do in this situation? It's getting too close for comfort. These guys are so powerful.
They're more interested in each other than us.
I hope so. I don't want to be involved in that argument. Well, it's an absolute privilege to be able to come to places like Maquarie Island. And I think I hold a glimmer of hope for tourism to show a way where we can enjoy nature, appreciate it, and help protect it.
just crossed 60 degrees south about 2 minutes ago, so we're now all in the Antarctic area, okay? So, all of the Antarctic virgins, what I'd like you to do is drop your gear in a minute, and I'll get you all forming up in the back here. So these Antarctic virgins are sacrificing themselves so we can all have a good time in Antarctica and keep the good karma rolling.
So Don, you're one of Australia's great sailors of the modern day, and you've sailed by yourself around the world, but what makes Antarctica so special?
Well, I suppose it's a land of great adventure because it's like going to another planet. There's this saying that everyone is familiar with, it's the A factor, the Antarctic factor. And we can get off this ship and go ashore in Antarctica and anything can happen. You just don't know what to expect. And that's an attraction of, you know, the higher the risk, the greater the reward. So, you know, it's a rite of passage, exactly the same as all the Antarctic explorers. They had to travel this same route to get to Antarctica. And it sort of excites your senses even more because you've made that journey.
Those who come to the most isolated of all continents have to earn the privilege. These seas are among the roughest in the world. And to understand the entirety of our expedition, I sought out the captain.
Clear water here. And there's a big patch here going in. We went to Maquarie Island, 3 days at sea, close to 55 south. And we're gonna go down to the Ross Island. We will try to go down, which is something like 78 south, you can see. Try to monitor the ice. How can we go down? If it's still possible, we have access to the polar view system. And after that, with the ice pilot, Bob Graham, we try to make a track, follow the track, and after that, it's step by step. Can only think to go inside after mid of January. Other than that, it's just impossible.
Well, it's 4 a.m. and they've woken us up, because we've actually got to the Antarctic Circle.
So far south, we don't even know where it is.
So down the edge.
Just announced that we've found our first iceberg, so I'm heading out to the back deck. In fact, it's now become 2 icebergs. That's her, that's our first iceberg. Like, who would have thought you would have paid so much to just see ice? My nose is numb. I can't smile too much because my teeth get really cold. But it's all worth it. It really and truly is worth it. Yay! Ice, we're in Antarctica. There are so many different ones and they all look a little bit different. Some of them look like skateboard ramps and they have these big sort of curves. Others are flat on top and they look like they've broken off the Ross ice shelf. And then you've got ones like this that have their own unique pattern and design. But it's a magic day. We have no white caps. It's absolutely stunning. And look at the scenery.
This is heaven on earth, and it is like being on another planet. Planet Antarctica.
You can't comprehend. You can't even think about it. It won't even work.
I just can't take it all in. It's overwhelming, totally overwhelming.
Really are going to stand on Antarctica now. In fact, it's just, I reckon I could throw a stone from here. That's how close we are. Penguins, here we come.
It's good to be here. We just got to get to the beach now and keep everything happening correctly. Should be a good day. This is is actually, I think, about the 5th time we've been here, and about the 2nd time it looks like we're going to get a landing. So that's kind of good. It's always dicey in any landing in Antarctica because there's so many things working against you, but at the moment everything's working for us, so it's good.
I'm gonna kiss the ice. Time to play.
Landing on Cape Adare is a levelling experience. You are surrounded by the grandeur of the snow-capped mountains and the masterpiece of nature. But one thing you can't miss are the very noisy neighbours.
This is one of the largest penguin colonies that they have here, or rookeries that they have here in Antarctica. This is the Adele penguin. They're so cute like all other penguins, but they're just everywhere as far as the eye can see. You'd think you're in the Swiss Alps or something with all these mountains of snow, but of course what else would you expect in Antarctica? But you know what's the most exciting thing is? We came down here and we had no idea what we were going to expect. I mean, I just thought it was going to be cold and lots of snow, and I knew there'd be some wildlife, but everywhere you go around here you get incredible scenes and interactions.
Adele penguins may be small birds, but they have some of the largest personalities. They relentlessly chase their parents for food, and after a while, a rich soup of krill is regurgitated for dinner. That's what all this pink stuff is, covering the snow. Lots and lots of life-sustaining krill.
This is it. This is the highest point we're going to get because penguins rule, and if we hit penguins, we don't go any further because that's exactly what it's about down here. It's about these guys. It's so beautiful. I do want to cry. It's supposed to be really excited, and I guess I am. I've been excited. I've been up to the moon and back with just seeing what I'm seeing right now, and it almost gets to the point where you can't believe how incredible this place is. But it doesn't feel like I'm on planet Earth right now. It feels like I'm on a place where I've never could dream of ever visiting in my life. I can see giant petrels floating in the water. You've got penguins coming and going. I mean, you've got a landscape that is as stunning as anything I've ever seen in my entire life. You have hundreds and hundreds and thousands of these Adele penguins scattered from right here to all the way to the boat in the distance. And you look over this place and you try and take it all in. And you breathe in and you go, and you go, oh my God, this place is better than any place I've ever seen in the world, and it truly is. It's mind-blowing, absolutely mind-blowing.
Antarctica challenges the senses and moves the soul, making the most jaded traveller want to protect it. Whether it remains so pristine in future years depends on the actions of all of us. Antarctica is ultimately a barometer for the planet's well-being, Any changes that occur will be felt by the global community.